Oh, Canada's Wonderland. Mike made me say that. In this video, Mike and I explore Canada's Wonderland's annual Winterfest. We'll show you some goodies, some not so goodies, and much, much more. So, if you couldn't tell by my voice, Mike and I are Canadian. We grew up in Ontario. Canada's Wonderland is something that we've gone to most of our lives growing up. But Winterfest is something fairly new to Canada's Wonderland. It's definitely new to us. This is now our second time going to Canada's Wonderland Winterfest, and this time we wanted to get in as early as we could to explore all that it had to offer. We wanted to share what we experienced with you guys and to give you some advice on where to go, maybe some things to avoid, and just to give our honest review on a lot of things. So Mike and I went on a Friday this time around, and one thing that I gained from this experience is I highly recommend coming in when the gates open. There are so many benefits to it that we didn't experience last time around, so if it's a possibility for your party to do that, definitely come as soon as the gates open. Don't forget to check Canada's Wonderland's website for Winterfest though, because day to day, week to week, even year to year, the timings might change. Definitely one of the biggest benefits to showing up early was Mike and I got to experience such low crowds, meaning we could ride rides multiple times and experience some of the performances without it feeling too crowded.
I hope you have a wonderful Winterfest.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you excited?
I am excited.
Are you going to watch tree lighting?
I am going to try. Yeah, what time is it at?
5:30.
5:30?
So it's almost time. So I'm like, I know, because I'm right here because I got to go up on the stage.
Perfect.
So
Thank you. So that girl was just absolutely lovely. I actually used to work for Canada's Wonderland. I was more of the Halloween makeup artist kind of gal, and I would have loved to have worked Winterfest, but unfortunately I live too far away from here now. That's kind of the only reason why I dropped my arm when I was recording her, because I know what it's kind of like to be filmed while you're working there. But either way, she was amazing. What a doll. Some are great, some aren't. She was fantastic. Like, I mean, it's no Disney or Universal, but this is such a classic Canadian park. So moving on, we went to the right side of the lake, and over here you'll see a Canadian treasure, beaver tails. Now, if you don't know what beaver tails are, it is pretty much just deep fried dough, and you can get amazing things on there. Followed by that was the sugar plum sweets. We have Gingy here greeting us at the entrance, tons of knickknacks to shop for Christmas, tons of candy. That's Mike's new best friend, apparently. I've been replaced. Anyways, moving over, you can turn to the left. There's a bridge, beautiful, iconic waterfall. In a few moments, though, we're about to see a tree lighting ceremony, so right now this is kind of what it looks like on the default.
It's cold. It's just cold out, you know? It's the cold air.
Yes, the cold indeed. Anyways, like I said, the tree lighting ceremony. Woo! See, this is another reason why you want to show up early. You get to kind of get this new experience that we didn't know it happened at all.
I like Christmas.
That's so zoomed in, babe.
And now, as you can see, the waterfall is no longer in default. It gets very magical. So many magical things will happen right now, including Mike's eyes because of that cold air. It's just cold, right, Mike?
Just cold.
It's just cold. So continuing on with this fun, magical moment, we're about to hit up one of the best advantages of having such a low crowd, and that's Thunder Run. Yeah! Thunder Run, honestly, it is such a fun little ride. Like, it's great for adults and kids. Like, don't you want to ride a train that says choo-choo where you get to wrap around a mountain twice? It is a tight fit, though, so some people might have to ride solo. And don't even try to take your phone out to record. We got told not to, like, immediately, but we wanted to because there's a dragon in the middle of it. I must warn you, Mike wants me to tell everybody that there is a dragon. He's not crazy, there is definitely a dragon. Outside of Thunder Run, there is Tiny Tom Donuts. Once again, another Canadian treasure. They're little tiny mini donuts covered in powdered sugar and they're so simple and perfect. And what's a Canadian park without poutines? or poutine. It depends on where you're from in Canada. I'm sorry, I'm not from Quebec. A poutine is pretty much just fries, cheese curds, and gravy, and it's fantastic. Next to Thunder Run, there is Vortex. Vortex, unfortunately, was not running during Winterfest, but there was these 4 drummers drumming underneath it, which I thought was actually kind of cool that they added it. They were very talented, very interactive with the crowd. I highly recommend watching them. Now, once again, we showed up early, so the crowd was small for the show, but as the night progressed and we would walk back here, it got very crowded. So as you can see, from 7:30 on, packed. Once again, come early. Highly recommend it. One thing that Winterfest has tons of are photo ops, including this and a whole bunch more that we're going to come around and show later. A really cool thing that we discovered as we're walking through here are these amazing caribou, I think they were. Caribou?
I think it's a moose, eh?
A moose, eh? They were so cool. They moved and so many kids loved it. So if you got kids, I definitely recommend going that direction. So at this point, we were pretty hungry. There was tons of places to choose from, and we decided to land on this place. Oh, yes. The Lazy Bear Lounge. This was kind of like cafeteria style, and it had a lot of the warm, fuzzy foods to pick from. Loved the cabin feel. Loved the fact that there was like Mr. and Mrs. Claus outside. As you can see, very Christmassy. Very Christmassy, very cozy. Let's get more cozy and go inside, and we'll show you what it's like. So they have a few options for entrees, including smoked pork steak, roast turkey, the Impossible Shepherd's Pie, and hand-breaded chicken tenders. One thing you're going to learn about me is I am a pescatarian, but mostly vegetarian, and the Impossible Shepherd's Pie is what I got. It's pretty good. The biscuit, though, is more like a hockey puck made out of bread. It was very dry. The stuffing was good, though. Mike got the roast turkey, and he still to this day wishes he got the hand-tossed chicken tenders. You know, sometimes you gotta play it safe. It was kind of a miss for us. I mean, the sides were still really good, but I'm sure there were other places in the park that were probably better to eat at. Now, speaking of misses, one of our complaints that we have is the fact that there was a lot of rides that were not operating during this time. There was mostly a lot of flat rides and mostly kids' rides that were operating, but their big ticket attraction rides just were not running at all. Now, making our way back to the other side of the lake, there's Starbucks to your left. Another spot that you can stop to have something to eat, can't really go wrong here, is a slice of pizza at Pizza Pizza. One thing that Mike and I didn't get to do this Winterfest, but we 100% want to do next year, is skating on the lake. And skating on the lake has a few options for you to choose from. You could either rent your skates over here at True North Gifts. I believe they called this Snowflake Lake Skate Rentals. Yes. Or you can bring your own skates. And a great option with that is once you have your time skating on the lake, you can then bring your skates back to your car and then you can re-enter the park with no hassle. So if you're coming in from the gate at the entrance of the park, if you turn to your left, this is the direction we're heading towards. There's some refreshments on the walk over to the Jingle Bar. And around this area, we didn't get to see this at this point, but Cool Yule Christmas will be playing over here. Make sure to check the website again to make sure you're going to make it to the time that they perform at. Okay, so the Jingle Bar. This is where I'm going to be pretty brutally honest. And I got a bit of a gripe with the Jingle Bar. I will give it to them. They got the vibes. As you can see, it's a whole thing. They got non-alcoholic beverages and alcoholic beverages. They got these fire pits, which are just such a cool place to sit down and get warm and have your drink and sip and enjoy the festivities. But the drinks. This is my gripe. 2 years in a row, without fail, we have been let down by the drinks. And I'm talking like alcoholic drinks. The staff here, I guess they're just trying to do their best, but they are no mixologists by any means. You ask a question, they don't really have an answer for it. I don't even think they have a real recipe that they're following. I think they're just, like I said, doing their best. But these drinks, as cool as they looked, Mike, tell them your experience real quick.
I had a tummy ache.
A huge tummy ache. They are so sugary. And last year, I swear it was just alcohol with some water and a bit of sugar. So just very inconsistent. But next to the Jingle Bar is the dining hall. And to be honest, kind of wish I went here, at least for myself, for something to eat. The tempura veggie tacos looked very appealing. And the turkey dinner poutine was probably something Mike would be totally over. One thing I will mention, there are these heating lamps all across the park. So if you can't get to the fire pit, there's at least that. Next to these fire pits as well are the St. Nick's Picks. This is where you can take a picture with Santa.
It's Santa. I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy. So yeah, see, there's kids rides that are operating around this time. These are more adult swings. The kids swings is obviously more in the kids section. Loved that as a child though, the swings. Moving forward, you have the Chicken Shack to your right, and in front of that, there's the Polar Party with the Tannenbaums. Now once again, check the website, make sure you're going to get to them at the right time. Throughout this video, you're going to learn that there are probably better areas for us to stop at besides the Jingle Bar for some refreshments, but we just had to give it a second try. Alright, now we're going to just mosey our way over to Planet Snoopy, keeping the vibes real chill, real calm, real relaxed. You relaxed, Mike?
Yeah.
This makes me feel like a kid so bad. Alright, around here when you enter in, you're going to get a photo op with, I believe, Pigpen and Sally from Peanuts? I don't know. I mean, judging from the dirt on his face, we think it's Pigpen. Write down in the comments below who you think that is. That's definitely Sally, right?
That's Sally at least.
Yeah, that's gotta be Sally. So in Planet Snoopy, there's Santa's Toy Shop. We got Snowflake's Kitchen. Tons of souvenir drink offers here. Little snacky food, just quick service. And a washroom that Mike really had to go to. So the timings for these carolers will be placed out in front of the pavilion that they're in. It's probably more than likely going to be on the Canada's Wonderland website, but it's there for you if you need it. Alright, so we're going to keep the vibes at an ultimate max right now, and we're going to play a game called Did Mike breathe in more of that cold air or not? You be the judge. I don't know, I think it's a little cold, isn't it, Mike?
I have a weakness.
Alright, so we're making our way down Planet Snoopy. Walking fast, faces pass. And I'm pretty much homebound. What?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Nothing. Okay, so since I've been rudely interrupted, we now have to get back on track. Here is another lovely photo op that Winterfest provides in Planet Snoopy with Snoopy. So you know how I mentioned there's like some warm-up spots with the heat lamps? There's also a warm-up station around here as well, which we do circle back later on in the video. There's some hot chocolate stations, there's some rides that are operating, like I said, more like flat rides. Is that a flat ride?
That's a flat ride.
I thought so. I was shocked to see that the lake was covered in ice at this point because it wasn't like overly cold that day, but cold enough that the warm-up station was definitely needed. And I think this is something Scrooge related, actually. Ah, yes. Bah humbug. What the dickens. I do know next to this, though, there are some pizza slices that you can grab. And, this guy. I don't know how I truly feel about Elf on the Shelf. Put your comments down below what you think of him. Do you think he's really needed? Are you sick of him? Do you love him? Let us know. So this year at Winterfest, the Christmas market was placed next to this cool carnival game. Last year was in a different location, so definitely check the website to make sure you know where it's going to be during your next visit here. So the Christmas market is going to have a variety of a lot of different vendors. I can't really say too much on it because it does seem to change year from year. One thing we did learn though is there are a couple repeated vendors that we loved from last year. One of them being Albion Hills Farm. That vendor is filled with wonderful people that work there. They usually have taste testers for the meat sticks if you'd like to try them. We were with some friends during this time around, so Mike got some, our friends got some. They definitely recommend it. I obviously can't really give my 2 cents on the meat, but they sure can.
It's good.
You heard it here, folks. It's good. Lots of treats, lots of sweets. Definitely come in here. It's a great place to get warm. It helps support all these vendors. I think a lot of them are local. Great place to get your sweet tooth fix, for sure. Now this tunnel was in a different location last year, so once again, the maps tend to change, but this is such a cool photo op place. Great place to get a video. It's just fun. At the end of that tunnel though, there was the Mrs. Claus cooking bake shop, I believe. Last year that led to the Christmas market. So just once again, check the website, check the map. They tend to switch things up. So these are the mistletones. They play in a nice cozy area with those fire pits again. You can also cozy up here with a drink. There's the winter hare. They have snacks and spirits, alcoholic beverages and non-alcoholic beverages. So you can take one of those, sit by the fire pit, and enjoy the show. Next to this little area, there's a candied maple bacon station. Definitely try that if you've never tried that before. Moving into the medieval area, which is the right from the gate of the entrance of the park, there is Tinker's Toy Factory playing inside of the castle. That is something I highly recommend if you have children. It's a great performance, tons of people putting on a great show. So now what Mike and I should have done is went right because they have Festive Feast here. And like this menu was definitely more appealing to us. We even love that there's a cider house right next to it as well. But now we're all gonna start heading back towards the front of the park and decide on where we want to have a little sweet treat. So the Festive Funnel Cakes and Butter Tarts is located near that warm-up station and the Wild Beast Coaster. We decided to go with the Snowflake Funnel Cake. They have that in the butter tart forms as well. Funnel cakes is mostly just deep fried dough, as you can see it being poured onto the oil here. Just kind of like the Jingle Bar, there's a little bit of an inconsistency we found with the funnel cakes. We realized halfway through this that they never gave us our cookie. So we asked for our cookie and wasn't the right one, but oh well. Still tasted great just the same. And the plus side, it was right around the corner from the warm-up station, which had a lot of seating and it was nice and cozy in there. And another bonus is it's right next to the entrance to Kidsville, which is a great place to have all your sugary hopped up kids to run off all their energy. Now, if you're a parent and you're a little tired, they do have parent rest zones, so that's fantastic. They also have a Playhouse Theater right across from it. So if you didn't get to see any of those peanut characters at the front of Planet Snoopy, you can totally see them here at the theater. They have the extra bonus of a Santa Claus Snoopy, which, I mean, who doesn't love that? And also remember that this is connected to Planet Snoopy, so if you didn't see them on one end, you'll see them on the other. So just how I said earlier, not all the big ticketed attractions are open, but there's a lot of flat rides and kid rides. This is the area I want to be. I'm pretty sure every single ride during this time was fully operating. More carnival activity, games, and mazes like the Charlie Brown's Tree Lot. Tons of great fun for the little kids and adults. Alright, we're back here again, right at the entrance. Before you leave, I do recommend going to this little gift shop by the exit. There's a lot of cute little Christmas knickknacks. A little expensive, if you ask me, but they're very cute. Lots of Christmas decor, lots of gifts ideas, and the best part is the fact that it is by the exit, so you don't have to walk around the park with all these extra bags. You can just kind of grab it, pay for it, and go. And then go right back to your car. Alrighty, that was our second year at Canada's Wonderland Winterfest. Did you go last year? Did you go the year before? Or are you going next year? Let us know. We have a lot more of ideas and videos to come, so I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you tag along with us.